The year is 146 BC. The sun beats down on the glistening walls of Carthage, the great trading city of North Africa. A tense silence hangs in the air, broken only by the distant crash of waves against the harbor. Gone are the days of Carthaginian fleets ruling the Mediterranean. Gone are the tales of their riches challenging the might of Rome. Now only a shadow hangs over Carthage, the shadow of the Roman eagle. For years Rome had remembered the threat Carthage once posed, the humiliation of previous wars, the fear instilled by Hannibal. It all festered in the Roman psyche. Carthage, though weakened, still represented a challenge, a defiance that Rome could not abide. They had sown the seeds of conflict, ensuring a pretext for war, and now their legions were at the gates, hungry for the city's destruction. Within the city walls, desperation reigns. Men and women, young and old, prepare for the inevitable onslaught. They melt down statues to forge weapons, scavenge stones for ammunition. Their leader, Hasdrubal, rallies them with promises of victory, but fear gnaws at their hearts. They know the stories, the legends of Roman ruthlessness. They know what awaits should their defenses crumble. The Roman assault begins with the thunderous roar of siege weapons. Ballistae hurl stones that smash against Carthage's once impenetrable walls. Scorpions fire iron bolts with deadly precision. The Carthaginians respond with a rain of arrows, javelins and burning pitch, defending their city with the ferocity of the cornered. The air grows thick with smoke and the stench of death. From the Roman camp, Scipio Aemilianus, a young general hardened by years of war, surveys the siege. He is the adopted grandson of Scipio Africanus, the conqueror of Hannibal, and carries the weight of legacy on his shoulders. He knows that Carthage must fall, not just for Rome's security, but to avenge past humiliations and solidify Roman dominance. The siege grinds on, days bleed into weeks, weeks into months. Hunger gnaws at the besieged city. The once bustling markets stand silent, the granaries depleted. Desperation pushes the Carthaginians to extremes. The wealthy melt down their gold and silver to pay the defenders. Rumors spread of cannibalism within the city's darkest corners, yet they cling to hope, to the belief that they can outlast the invaders. Scipio, a cunning strategist, sees opportunity in Carthage's desperation. He orders a blockade of the harbor, cutting off their supply lines and starving them into submission. Roman warships patrol the coastline, their sails billowing like predatory birds. Any attempt to break the blockade is met with swift and brutal force. The Romans construct a massive mole, a causeway of earth and timber stretching from the shore towards the city's harbor. This engineering feat, built under constant Carthaginian fire, aims to choke off their access to the sea and allow Roman legions to attack from a new front. Inside Carthage, hope dwindles with each passing day. The streets are filled with the starving and the sick. The city, once a beacon of trade and prosperity, now resembles a giant open-air prison. The defenders, exhausted and demoralized, know the end is near. Some whisper of surrender, but the fear of Roman retribution keeps them fighting. Section 4. The Sack of Carthage. The final assault is a scene of unimaginable brutality. Roman soldiers, fueled by years of resentment and the promise of plunder, storm the city. They overwhelm the exhausted defenders, pouring through breaches in the walls like a tide of destruction. For 6 days and nights the battle rages within the city streets. House by house, block by block, the Romans advance. Carthaginian citizens, their backs against the wall, fight with the courage of the damned. Women hurl roof tiles from rooftops. Children hurl stones from the sides of alleyways. The streets run red with blood. The air is thick with the screams of the dying and the stench of burning flesh. Temples are desecrated, homes looted, and the once proud city is reduced to a smoldering ruin. The few remaining defenders, holed up in the Byrsa, the city's citadel, fight with the desperation of men and women who know their end is near. Section 5. The Legacy of Dust and Salt. With the fall of the Byrsa, organized resistance crumbles. Carthage, once a thriving metropolis, is now a wasteland. By order of the Roman Senate, the city is razed to the ground. Buildings are torn down, streets plowed over, and the harbor is destroyed. To symbolize Carthage's utter destruction and ensure its cursed fate, Roman soldiers sow the ground with salt. It is a brutal symbolic act, a way of erasing Carthage from the face of the earth. The once fertile fields surrounding the city are left barren, a stark reminder of Rome's ruthlessness. The destruction of Carthage sends a chilling message throughout the Mediterranean. Rome does not forgive and Rome does not forget. It marks the beginning of Roman hegemony, an era where their legions would dominate the known world. But the ghost of Carthage would linger, a cautionary tale of ambition, vengeance, and the brutal cost of empire.